Charlamagne got a strong nose right there.
So
he just got a whiff or something.
So 𝙼𝙾𝚃 is defeating Charlamagne in radio ratings, and is it over for the Breakfast Club? So apparently, in terms of radio wars, because all summer apparently has been podcast wars. I mean, we kind of like realized that at the beginning of the summer anyway.
Yeah.
Just like capitalizing off all these podcasts beefing. Shout out to the complex list. Y'all have essentially
spearheaded that.
Spearheaded that. But radio is also at a battle, and apparently the ratings have shifted over the last 13 years. And 𝙼𝙾𝚃 is now, or Hot 97, is now beating 106.1.
Is this situation on some like I have $1 billion, but my competitor has 5, so he's better than me?
Like,
is it still a lot of billions?
I think it's still a lot of that.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't know if Hot 97 is nationally syndicated. I think that still might be a local market show.
They have to be nationally syndicated.
You think so?
As much shit as they talk,
but that,
Peter Rosenberg.
But
let's Google this. This is a Googleable fact.
Yeah, I don't know, bro, because...
And is 𝙼𝙾𝚃 a name that's made up, or is that short for something?
I think 𝙼𝙾𝚃.
That's one word?
Yeah, I don't know.
𝙼𝙾𝚃?
The Darden is his last name. I thought it was a first and last name thing, but I know his name is 𝙼𝙾𝚃. So
we got an African
what's their show specifically? Because the
Hot 90
𝙼𝙾𝚃 in the morning.
Damn, I can't remember. But it's the radio station in particular.
Just the station in general?
I thought it was
it's the morning show. It's the morning show.
Yeah.
𝙼𝙾𝚃 in the morning.
𝙼𝙾𝚃 in the morning.
Yeah, what's the company? It's a private company that owns that station, though. Because I think it's local.
What is this saying? 𝙼𝙾𝚃 in the morning with Laura Stiles
and Rosenberg.
And Rosenberg were debuted in syndication. So it's saying, if that's accurate, it looks like they've been syndicated nationally since September 7th, 2020.
Which is not
is that
a lot
what
of
I'm
time.
reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
is that what y'all niggas see?
I see that too. So that means that they've been getting lapped because Breakfast Club, I feel like, been syndicated since like year 3.
That's what I mean.
At least, yeah.
I think it took a little bit longer than that, but they've been syndicated for some time.
For a long time compared to that.
Maybe before Charlamagne got there, right?
But when you
definitely after, because I know in that Loon episode that he did, part 2, he was talking about when he got signed on as a local New York radio, but the contract has to be adjusted when it went syndicated. So it's like applying for a temporary position and you might be hired for a full-time. Exactly. Okay. So but let's watch a little bit of this video.
Okay, I got you.
And this is 𝙼𝙾𝚃 talking in this video.
No, this is a video. This is a
there.
video from the stop. We've covered them before, so y'all already know who the stop is.
Ow.
Y'all ready?
Yep.
Charlamagne is losing to 𝙼𝙾𝚃 in the radio ratings. That's right. Over the last few months, Hot 97 has been beating the Charlamagne-led Power 105 in New York City. And the Breakfast Club seems to be struggling in other markets as well. First, let's take a look at New York. But I have to say that New York isn't the only place the Breakfast Club is struggling. In the month of May in New York City, Hot 97 has a rating of 2.3 and Charlamagne's Power 105 has a rating of 2.0. And what's crazy is Hot 97 has been beating Power 105 over the last few months. There could be a lot of reasons for this.
Hold on, our special guest is calling right now. Yo, what's going on? Hello? Can you hear? Hold on one second. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second.
Whoop-de-whoop.
All right, now I think we
I
can
hear
hear
AJ.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Nobody else.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
yes, I can hear you, AJ.
Hey, perfect. Hey, welcome to Homeroom University, man. Introduce yourself, man.
This is Danny from The Stop.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Stop YouTube channel.
Yeah. We are literally
Shout out to y'all, man. I feel like...
Hey, man, first of all, shout out.
Go ahead, my bad.
Shout out to you. Shout out to Danny from The Stop. This is Danny from The Stop, everybody. If you did not hear, go to his YouTube channel.
It's an awkward situation.
Why?
What?
Why
I
is
said
that?
there's an awkward situation.
Why is that?
Nah, I'm trying to imitate.
Oh,
I'm trying to imitate.
Nigga, terrible.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad voiceover, son.
But
that's how you sound.
What's good, Danny? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I was talking to AJ yesterday on my Discord, so I know he reached out to me to talk about the Charlamagne stuff.
Yeah,
the radio ratings. Seems like there's a some interest there, so I wanted to chop it up about that.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we were literally watching your video right now. We was right in the beginning of it.
Yeah, fine work, sir.
Yeah, yeah, per usual. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Jay Noble, everybody's here. Jay Noble's Tone Groove, Lauren, everybody's on the mic. So
Yeah, man, we in here.
So I guess we can kind of pause this and we can kind of real quick before we jump into this, just explain to everybody who you are and what you do, man, so they can go ahead and follow you, and then we'll jump into some back and forth.
So yeah, I'm Danny from The Stop. The Stop is obviously not a physical place. It was just kind of when you started a YouTube channel and you created. But really what my channel was about is just serving up the news of the podcast world. I was a fan of the Joe Budden podcast, so that's why I cover the Joe Budden podcast a lot, and also by offshoot Rory and Maul. I touch on other stuff, obviously Charlamagne, Math Hoffa, 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝚃, and other podcasts. If a podcast is breaking up, I will be talking about it. Yeah. So that's kind of what I do. I used to love radio back in the old days, you know, Hot 97, Power 105, Wars. So that carried over into podcasting. So that's a short description of what I do. But yeah, lock in with me there if you want to follow my content.
We can tell you've done a lot of job interviews, sir.
Hell yeah.
That shit was very articulate.
Yeah. Nigga.
Nigga said, I've been watching this shit, so I make videos about it. Fuck it.
But you said you was in the radio? Like you was in that industry?
I wasn't in the radio industry. I said I was in the television ad industry in the video about Charlamagne. But I used to really listen to radio like back in the day. Like I used to cut class, or not cut class, not listen to my teacher, to listen like Star and like Mr. C. So like for me, podcast was like a natural transition for me. Like I remember when Star went on that rant that got him fired, and it was just wild to see how everything plays out. Yeah.
Who do you find more entertaining, Charlamagne or 𝙺?
Oh, Charlamagne. I'm not.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
So what do you? Go ahead.
No, I say Charlamagne. The totality of Charlamagne's career. I guess Charlamagne back in the day was a beast. I mean, it was like, you know, Shaq on the Magic, and Charlamagne now is like Shaq on the Celtics. But like, I feel like
I like that. I like that comparison. That's a fact. Yeah, I like that.
That is a good comparison. So why do you think 𝙺 in the morning is beating Hot 97, beating Breakfast Club now?
Well, I think we were talking about this the other day. Hot 97 is different ownership now. And maybe it could be the music that they play. Yeah, it used to be MS and now it's Media Co.
Gotcha.
There's been big changes by them.
Do you know when that?
That's pretty recent. I think
that is. Okay. Yeah, because
within the last 3 years, I believe that happened.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I know when we were talking just briefly on it yesterday, we were in this video. You talk about how like the Breakfast Club is ranked under urban, and Hot 97 is under rhythmic. And I was thinking that sound almost like a cheat code, like how a rapper will put his album under country.
Right.
Or
you know what I'm
us
saying?
calling ourselves comedians, so we can get away with
so
saying
we can get away with a little bit more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're purposely
Comedians.
putting ourselves under the wrong genre.
Yeah.
Almost.
So in a sense, they just grouped in white people.
Hispanics
to
to
the
be
number.
specific.
Okay, so Hispanics.
Yeah, rhythmic sounds Hispanic. Is that what rhythmic is?
You would think that 𝙺, just off of his miscellaneousness,
Yeah, he is a little
like
peculiar looking
you would think
motherfucker.
that Latinos would just fuck with him all day.
Ambiguous is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, ambiguous. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, man.
I don't even know if it's I think the Media Co probably. Are you gonna hear more Doja Cat? You might hear Bad Bunny. You might hear like that type of stuff more.
Right.
On Hot 97, but it might not even be 𝙺. It might just be the new ownership of the station. Like I know Hot 97 Summer Jam. It was typically done at Meadowlands where the Giants and Jets play. This year it was done in like a smaller venue.
It was, yep.
So it's like you just know that there's different decisions being made, and maybe those decisions are why the ratings are different. And also there's a new hip-hop radio station that plays urban music in New York City, and that could be another reason why there's like a new player. There's Miss Jones in the morning who has a legacy in New York City.
She does, yeah.
And that could be another thing.
So Okay, so it's not just about like Ebro's mouthpiece being better than Charlamagne's. And
It's never that simple.
Yeah,
it's never that simple. So what do you
Definitely
think?
not.
So what do you
Definitely
think
not.
the Breakfast Club is fumbling right now?
Well, I think it's like a lot of things. Like, first of all, there's, I think, analogous to, I remember when ESPN had Mike and Mike in the mornings, and they were like, yo, they can't be WFAN. And it was because, like, nobody wants to hear about West Virginia being Louisville in basketball in New York City.
Yeah,
and I think when you're able to talk about, when you're talking about local topics, that really matters. And then let's be honest, like with my Shaq analogy with Charlamagne, he's not Celtic Shaq. I was just being exaggerated, COE there. But it's just not the same. It's not the same type of appointment viewing it once was. With Charlamagne, and I think that's a factor where Ebro kind of feels a little bit more authentic. And it's just, Charlamagne is just a different type of thing.
Yeah, you're right. The Celtics comparison wasn't bad, but it's more like not Bulls Jordan, but it's Wizards Jordan.
It's true though, because when's the last Donkey of the Day segment that you remember watching?
I still watch them here and there, but it has to be a crazy headline for me.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I haven't even really seen the thumbnail in my YouTube algorithm.
Because you haven't been playing with it that much, and YouTube ain't pushing it as much because of that.
Yeah. Now, quick question, because now yesterday when we got on there, I kind of want to get your thoughts on like Charlamagne's on the mic skills. Let's just keep it to radio since we're in this radio segment. What do you think, if you've been watching Breakfast Club interviews and things like that, what do you think that he's just like not providing anymore? Or because let me just put this out there. Yesterday, when we were talking yesterday, it almost sounded like you want this nigga Charlamagne to just turn the mic off, like you were done with him. You're like, this just ain't it no more.
You think it's too late for him? You think it's past his prime?
I felt that sentiment from you yesterday, so I don't know if you really feel like that, but that's pretty much why I'm asking.
Well, I think the edge is out. The edge is no longer there. Like I made this reference in the video where I was talking about when he interviewed Boosie. And I was like, man, this is really dry, and it's just not the same type of. I remember when he read Mayweather, when he played Mayweather, reading something out loud.
That was crazy, yeah. But that was also like he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that was low hanging fruit.
You know what I'm saying?
That was too far.
Yeah, that was also like.
Yeah, man, it's like with. Yeah,
it's moments
like recording
that
a Discord up there. Nah, but
Yeah,
no, it was very problematic for the community. It was very problematic. There was undertones to that.
Yeah,
definitely understand that. But just the fact that I think when you're in the field, even when your mind is thinking about that, shows you that you're thinking about content over everything. And now he's corrected to the other side, and you see what that is.
So, Danny, you missed the ignorant side of Charlamagne.
I think there's a I don't want to say that because like Joe Budden, if you look at him, where he's not the same either.
Right.
But still, there is something there where he's going to turn up and he's going to ask a salacious question, but it's not going to be the same Joe Budden from like when he was trying to get up in the game and really. But Charlamagne, I don't think has found that sweet spot. But I think one of the things that's interesting about Charlamagne is this fall off might be engineered. And this probably may be the direction he wants to go. So I can't really hate on him and say, like, yo, he sucks. But as far as a listener, my listener ear, yeah, I'm going to be harsh on him. I'm going to say, like, I don't think he's engaging anymore.
That's something I was thinking, too, because, you know, as he gets to that point in time in his career where he's just in that Magic Johnson role, he's beating AIDS and he's giving dimes out to niggas, he's not worried about scoring the ball as efficiently and as elaborate as he used to back in the day.
It feels purposeful. It feels like he knows that it's happening and he's okay with it.
Yeah, like he's kind of just cool with doing what he do. Like he doesn't have to go out there and drop 30 or 40 every night.
Yeah.
He knows he got black effect when he get home.
Yeah.
You know, there's a billion black women he's about to put on business. So you think it's a graceful
bow out? You think he's trying to like set up his play for like stepping away?
I think it's kind of an unintentional bow out because when you so focused on setting other people up for success, how much time do you have to work on your own material?
He got a show though. He still has a show.
That's not happening right now though.
I'm talking about the Breakfast Club.
He's talking about the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he still got a show, so he's still in the game. He's still got to put up points.
I think Charlamagne Now we can't be like oblivious to this with the allegations.
Of course.
Like we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at
That's
that.
a big factor into
I don't
everything.
even like the fact that you brought it up.
But you have to because that's a factor. You get what I mean? Like
I don't know
that-
how big of a factor
that
that
You
is-
doing the
that's
Malika
such-
Andrews? I don't know if I like
yeah,
that
you just
either.
Malika Andrews.
I didn't
In
because
2007
I
in
would
Moncks
be-
Corner, South Carolina, you good. Give him the report,
it wouldn't be righteous if I didn't bring it up because if we just act like it's not happening or if that didn't happen.
We can't talk about him. We can't talk about his content shifting without putting everything on the table.
But allegations
Yeah.
that played a very big part into this
True.
whole little domino effect.
That's true.
That
Yeah.
the Charlamagne we got now.
Yeah.
So you think
This,
because of the potential charges from back in the day, he's playing gay to like throw off the scent?
No, I think. Well, why'd you
But I
say
mean,
it like
that
that? Now they
situation
know.
happened.
Yeah,
but-
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
That's no, I'm saying that situation is obviously like in the annals of history about like what his legacy will always be and can always be thrown at him. But like the 6ix9ine stuff, like when he was antagonizing 6ix9ine and Drake and all that stuff, that happened after that. He could still be engaged. Yeah, he could still be engaging. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get what you're saying. You're saying even with that still didn't stop him from putting numbers on the board. Now, quick question, just so we can kind
different
of
though.
but just real quick, just so we can kind of pivot and stay in the radio.